BC para-athletes have had incredible success at the Paris Paralympic Games this year so far. And we're joined now by Donna Cumming, the Executive Director of Sport Ability B.C. It's a charity that provides sporting programs for people living with disabilities across BC. And I understand you received a grant from the Canadian Paralympic Committee to enhance its athlete development, particularly, and forgive me if I don't pronounce this right, the sport of, is it boccia?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, first of all, what is boccia?
So boccia, a comparable sport would be curling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very strategic game. There's two athletes, or it's either played one-on-one or played in pairs or teams. And so the object of the game is you're throwing your balls at a white jack, and both teams have a set of balls that they're throwing, and essentially you're trying to get your ball closest to the jack. And so there's 4 ends, and it's essentially the team who gets the most points wins.
Wow. And so what other sports are you involved with Sport Ability?
We're involved with para-ice hockey, power chair soccer, and para-soccer.
Wow. And in terms of the difference that you see when somebody gets involved in this and they live with a disability, what sort of difference do you see mentally, physically, emotionally for them?
I think the biggest thing that I notice is just the sense of community in our sports. Really watching somebody who's kind of discovering the sport for the first time or trying it for the first time, it's just such an amazing thing to witness, just how much fun they're having and kind of finding this community that's, you know, really accepting and really dedicated and really passionate about their sports.
Now, as we saw, we have a number of BC athletes that have done incredibly well, and they may win more at the Paris Paralympics. What is it about the BC Parasports Network that is producing so much success, do you think?
I think a big part of it comes down to collaboration. We have a number of different sport organizations that focus on different sports, but we all work really closely together. And you know, funding is limited for our athletes and for our organizations, so we have to be really strategic with our partnerships and who we're working with and kind of how we're getting the most out of that, and really for the benefit of the athletes.
Now, someone watching this, perhaps they live with a disability, they're interested in the sport. What's the best way for them to get involved?
I would say just to reach out, do a little bit of research. We have try-it events all the time that we're doing, so just kind of looking into what they're interested in and what sport might be most accessible for them and the best suited to their particular disability, and just finding a sport that they really enjoy and trying some different things, and yeah, just getting out there and getting into the community. It's such a great experience once people get involved.
Donna Cumming, Executive Director of Sport Ability, we really appreciate your time and your perspective. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.